Mayfair family. It's Lane and Jason here coming to you from the Worship Center at Mayfair building. Carl T. Jones.
It's been a while.
I've kind of forgotten what the place looked like, you know, and I know a lot of you are very eager to get back into this building, and for those of you who are, we've got some really great news for you.
Yeah, so the question that we've received from so many people is, okay, do we know a date? Is there a time that we've picked where we can regather for Sunday morning worship in the way that we're accustomed to? And so Lane and I are excited to be able to share with you some great news. So on behalf of our task force that's been meeting and talking regularly, and our worship planning team that's been meeting regularly as well, we've identified a date for us to be able to regather, and that date is Sunday, October 11th.
All right.
So I'd like for you to just put that in your calendar, you know, on your phone, or write it down. Sunday, October 11th. We're really excited and really prayerful, guys, that we'll be able to gather and worship on this date. Now, how many times have you heard somebody say this is a fluid situation? Like, we've heard that so many times. And it's been the case for us here, you know. So we've identified some other dates over the last few months, and we just haven't been able to hit those targets because the numbers have continued to rise. So we would say the same thing. This is a fluid date that we've chosen, but we're excited to have that date identified and now to share it here with you all.
Right. You know, the last time we gathered here in this building was March the 8th. That was a long time ago.
A long time.
And we've learned a whole lot about the coronavirus since then. We've learned how to keep ourselves safer. We've learned the transmission rates. We've learned how to distance and wear masks and all of that. So, you know, combined with the knowledge that we have of the virus and the fact that we really want to re-engage together in a proper time frame, we've looked at how the schools are doing things, because they're really good examples for this. And many of you are aware that Madison County, Huntsville City schools are delaying that in-person start. They're doing a virtual for the first 9 weeks. And so October 11th is going to be right around that time. So we figured that would be a good time to re-engage here at the building.
Absolutely. That date, Sunday, October 11th, coincides with the end of fall break, okay? And so that would mean the next day, on Monday, the 12th, that would be the second 9 weeks of the school year. And so hopefully, I know that's the plan for the school systems, and we're praying for this as well. Hopefully that would be a date that our students would be able to re-engage in the classroom in the way that they're accustomed to as well. So that's part of the reasoning behind identifying that particular date, okay? It just seems to make good sense given the best practice that our school systems are following. We're also mindful of a couple of other things that make this sort of fluid. So in the last video from our task force, you'll remember Lane sat with two of our elders, John Porter and Jim Smelser, and they talked through this mask ordinance that we have, that we're currently under. And so we're assuming by this October 11th date, we're assuming that that mask ordinance will be repealed. I believe the governor is set to make an announcement by the end of this month relative to that. So we don't know exactly where she might land on that, but we're assuming that if the numbers continue to trend in the right direction, that would be one consideration, that would be lifted, okay? But really, even more importantly than that, I think, is that what's driving this is looking at the number of cases. And so you'll remember we had an early August date identified, and right about the time we went public with that, those numbers continue to spike. The good news is we've seen here lately, at least locally, those numbers continue to go down. And so that, more than anything, is what our task force is looking at, what the elders are looking at, those local numbers. If they continue to go down, and that mask ordinance seems to be helping with all of that, okay? I feel really confident that we could hit that October 11th target date. Okay.
And so October 11th, we'll try to be back here. It's going to be a great time. But until then, we do want you to know that our Sunday morning digital worship that we're putting a lot of effort into, and we're still putting as much effort into it until that date. We're going to continue to have that 9 o'clock on Sunday mornings, or whenever you have a chance to watch it. We'll still be doing our Church on the Lawn events, our worship time back here on the back lawn. 6:30 every Sunday night. And remember, we're doing communion at that time, singing. And Jason, you had a special thing about the communion time on Sunday evening, right?
One of our members was sharing with me just what a blessing it has been for him and his family to take communion there on Sunday night on the back lawn. And I love the way he said it. He said, I love observing the body, with the body. I love observing the body of Christ in communion with the larger body of Christ that's gathered on the back lawn.
So
and so that just would encourage you, if you'd like, to take communion with us there on Sunday night. It's been a really rich experience. So there's a lot of things about October 11th we don't know. There'll be other announcements in the days and weeks to come. So be looking for that as all of that comes into clearer view. Today, we're just super excited to be able to share with you this great news that October 11th is the new date. We're praying for that. If you would join us and join our elders especially in praying for that.
Yeah, just go ahead and circle it on your calendar.
Put it on your calendar, and you know, if God doesn't will for that to happen, He'll let us know. But we know how important it is for us to gather together and to worship, and so we're praying that October 11th will be that date.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's the news we have for you. We're excited to be able to share it with you. I hope you have a great rest of your week. May God bless you and keep you. We'll see you guys.